same old place that you laughed about.
Row 18, plot 20.
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people.
Another Festivus miracle.
Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. Happy Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us. This is my first airing of grievance movie review for Festivus. That's what we're celebrating here at Now It's Dark from December 1st through the 23rd. I've got my aluminum pole here and we're going to air a grievance. Even though I don't have a grievance with this film, it's a wonderful night. I probably would say the only grievance I have with this movie, It's a Wonderful Life, is that it makes me think of this Christmas classic movie that I absolutely hate, It's a Wonderful Life. And you can leave hate comments to me down below. I know that's a beloved movie by Christmas people, but I hate that movie with a passion. I literally hate it. So this is a horror comedy mystery about a girl who, after saving her town from a psychotic killer, Winnie Carruthers, her life is less than wonderful. When she wishes she'd never been born, she finds herself in a nightmare parallel universe where without her, things could be much, much worse. Directed by Tyler McIntyre, written by Michael Kennedy, starring Jane Widdop as Winnie Carruthers, Justin Long, Henry Waters, Joel McHale, David Carruthers, that's Winnie's dad, and I'm going to mention Katharine Isabelle, plays Gail Prescott. So Katharine Isabelle is a scream queen. She's been in all kinds of stuff. Ginger Snaps, like, let's just talk about that. Ginger Snaps, American Mary, Freddy vs. Jason. I know she was in See No Evil Part 2, where she was humping next to a corpse. So yeah, very cool to see her in this. Oh, and her name, Gail Prescott. It is a direct Easter egg to the Scream franchise. Gail Weathers, Sidney Prescott, Gail Prescott. That is a fact. That is not just me guessing. That is a direct nod to Scream. And I got to tell you, before I even knew that, when I was watching this movie, I definitely was feeling like this has classic Scream stuff going on. And that's by deliberate writing. They are definitely giving some homages to Scream movies, which is good. So if you're a Scream fan, know that I'm sure that this was done in honor of, in homage of, not in let's rip off parody Scream, because this is not a parody film. It does say comedy in the title, but it's not a comedy parody of horror movies. It's a parody of It's a Wonderful Life, that ridiculously bad Christmas movie. So this movie is set in the idyllic Angel Falls, which is also a play on Bedford Falls from that ridiculously horrible Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life. So Winnie saves the town, and then a year later, she's still coping with this. She's I don't want to say full-on post-traumatic stress, but she's just not moving on. Everybody else in the town seems to have moved on, and she is not coping well with it. Some personal life issues start to unravel for her, and so she goes to the bridge and she looks out over the water rushing below her, and the aurora borealis lights are in the sky, and she says those magic words, I wish I was never born. Life would be so much better for everybody without me. Wish granted. That's not a spoiler. If you've never seen the really bad Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life, you've at least got to know the story by now. And so this is very parallel to that. So without giving like specific detail spoilers, the story itself is pretty easy to understand. They definitely do some very creative things where the killer is an angel-looking figure. So that's a contrast to the all-black Ghostface, I think. And then this one is on all white. But there's some fun kills. Like, I really enjoyed a lot of the kills. Again, very kind of Scream-esque, and it's just so fun. And then we kind of get, when she is still alive, but now in this other universe, or whatever you want to call this other reality where she doesn't exist. So she's still in the town of Angel Falls, and she's trying to figure out. And then, similar things are happening. People that had been killed in her original universe are alive now, but then there's also still killings going on. And yeah, then we have different takes on characters that we met at the first half of the movie, like different versions. Like some of them are extremely different, or having different job functions, or some have the exact same. And so since Winnie knows who the killer is from the first part of the story from a year ago, because she's the one that saved the town from the killer, you know, she's thinking that killer is the same killer in this new revamped version. But hey, there's twists and things that happen, and thinking Scream homages, maybe there's other things going on, and that's all I'll say about that. So also, I thought it was interesting because once Winnie went to this new reality, I was kind of thinking, are they going to play on the Clarence the Angel kind of guiding what's his ding dong name, Jimmy Stewart, in that horrible movie? But there is no angel guiding Winnie, because in this movie they're so brilliant. The angel is the killer. Duh. So like I had like this moment while I'm watching the movie where it was like an epiphany. I'm like, oh, the angel is the killer. I like that better. Lots of Easter eggs. There's a movie theater in the background a few times that have different movie titles up there. I'll spoil one. It says, "I Know What You Did Last Christmas." I thought that was brilliant. And that was in the new redo universe. So, obviously it was kind of paying tribute to "I Know What You Did Last Summer." But there's a lot of like tropey stuff in this, and it's good though because it works. Then there was, like, when we're building the story, kind of like end of second act, it does get a little drawn out for a second. But it's because Winnie's building a relationship with a new character that she didn't have a relationship with in the other universe, so to speak. But that's all I can say. I highly recommend this if you haven't seen it. Hopefully you'll get a chance to, or maybe it's even on streaming by now. I did see this in November, but I wanted to save it for a Festivus airing of grievance review. Justin Long, he kills it in this movie. He's so funny and good. He plays this character very, very straight. He's got like prosthetics in his teeth and like the spray tan, and it just this accent, and it's just so good. It's so good. All the characters are really, really, really well done, and I think it's neat to see characters and then have a flip universe where we see different sides of them. They all do a really good job of that. Maybe my other only grievance is the warm and fuzzy ending once the story resolves itself and Winnie gets to go back to her universe. Like, I think there was a missed opportunity for something that they kind of put in our laps in the second universe. Maybe they'll revisit that in a sequel. Maybe there'll be It's a More Wonderful Life or Knife. Oh God, could you imagine a More Wonderful Life movie? Anyway, so yeah, check this out. Full of eye candy, full of good Easter eggs. It's a fun Festivus festival of movie magic. And let me know in the comments down below if you saw It's a Wonderful Knife. I don't care if you saw the other one. It's a Wonderful Knife. It's a definite recommendation for all of your holiday movie needs.